Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Overland Metalhead Talks Rad Gigs. Last year, in December 2017, I was sitting down in kosher restaurants on the first night of Hanukkah, and I ordered some latkes, or what I used to call potato pancakes, and some vegetable soup. And even though I'm not Jewish and all, I'm Christian, I just thought to myself, you know what, why don't I just go to this place and try some different types of food? I mean, let no religion bar you. I mean, to be honest with you, I eat Iranian food, I've eaten Iraqi food, Pakistani food, Afghani food, African food, Ethiopian food. So, as I'm sitting down in this kosher restaurant, there's a song that starts getting played all over the PA. It's called These Dreams by the band Heart, off their self-titled album 1985. I said to the young Jewish lady, is this a playlist or is this the radio? And she said to me, well, it's the radio. And I said to her, you know what, today is something special. I mean, even though it is Hanukkah for you guys, to me, it's my 10th anniversary as a fan of the band Heart. So we fast forward back to 2007. I'm a fresh metalhead. I've been a metalhead for 2 years. And then, in all the heavy metal type of music I'm listening to, there's no woman I'm listening to. I'm still listening to fucking Kylie Minogue at the time. But then, one day, I just go through iTunes and I just discover this band, Heart. So I buy the song Alone. And the song with the amazing guitar solo is just so powerful. It's just another one of those amazing power ballads from the 1980s. So I thought, well, wow, this song is pretty good. And then so I bought the first two I bought Heart and Bad Animals off iTunes. And so I really loved a self-titled album like Heart, because when I watched the video of like a Never, like seeing Ann and Nancy Wilson like rocking and playing guitars, I'm like, wow, I haven't seen any of this stuff and all the retards I listened to from 1993 to 2005. So then, I told myself, right, I'm gonna make myself a goal that I'm gonna go see Heart, no matter what I've got to do in life. I'm pretty sure there's Heart fans in South Africa, there are Heart fans in Tuvalu, in Morocco, in Brazil, and I'm pretty sure they would travel the distance to see that band. So, in 2008, I wanted to take the Trans-Siberian and go to Germany to the Scorpions. Or I wanted to fly to Canada and see Rush. And I didn't do any of that. I did see Scorpions in France in 2011, and I did take the Trans-Siberian in 2016. So then, in the last few years of 2008, 2009, I'm going to a lot of heavy metal concerts, and I'm seeing a lot of heavy metal bands. But I'm seeing no women in rock and stuff. I mean, I've just gotten rid of Kylie Minogue out of my playlist and stuff. And so, 2010 comes along, and I tell myself, alright, I'm going to go live in America. I'm going to go see Rat in New York City. I'm going to go attend Maryland Death Fest in Baltimore. I'm going to go see Overkill in New York City. I'm going to go see Winger in Chicago. And then I look at my schedule, and I'm like, okay, I've got like a week between Winger and Rat. So, let's squeeze something in. So then I found Heart was touring America, and they're playing in a city called Phoenix. A city I would never ever have an interest of ever going to or even going back. So I called up this theatre one day when it's like 9 o'clock in Australia and it's 2 o'clock on a Monday in America. And I asked for a ticket. I asked for a ticket for $90. So I thought, okay, I'll buy this ticket. Unfortunately, I just couldn't buy this ticket online because it's not accepting Australian debit cards. So I go over to America in the space of a week. I dodged a bomb threat in New York City when I was seeing Overkill. I saw Winger in Chicago. I rekindled with Olivia and John music when I was in Buffalo when I watched an episode of Glee, and I swear to God I never ever watched another episode. And then I met my first ever Hasidic Jew when I was walking through Brooklyn one day on Friday. I said Shalom, and he barked at me, Shabbat Shalom. So Saturday the 8th of May, I flew from New York City to Minneapolis. I had a layover for a few hours. And Minneapolis is the city my best mate Mel Steve went to. Because he lives in Winnipeg, so that's the closest American airport to Winnipeg. So then I fly from Minneapolis to Arizona. I get there, and like I call up the Hilton Hotel in Phoenix, and there's 3 of them, and I ask them to pick me up. And I wait for 20 minutes, and nobody picks me up, so I have to spend $15 for a taxi just to get from the airport to the Hilton, and I'm pissed off with them. So then, like, the show time is 7:30. I just go to my hotel, change my clothes, shave my legs, because I really want to score tonight, like with a hot and attractive female. So then I just start walking. I mean, this is before you had a GPS smartphone. I mean, I didn't get a smartphone until 2015. So I'm walking through into Phoenix and stuff, and I just get lost. I just go into a garage. I say, "Can you please call a taxi because I'm lost?" And they do. So they call me a taxi and they take me out to the theater. So when I get to the theater, some guy's saying to me, "Hey, can I buy a ticket off you?" I'm like, no, sorry, there's a ticket in there and it's got my name on it. So I go into the box office, I show them my driver's license from Australia, and I just get a ticket. And I go inside, on the back check, this lady looks at my book of New York City. She's like, "I don't want to see you reading that book there." And I said, "Lady, I live in New York City." I was living in New York City for a short time, so that's why I had a New York City guidebook. So I take my seat down, and it's a really round stage. And this guy, Eric Baker, gets on stage with his guitar, and he is a really talented musician, and he's singing about taking his coat off and making love to his wife, and he talks about being away from his wife on her first Mother's Day, as he's got a young daughter who was born in 2009, the same age as my nephew in Sydney. So then Eric Baker gets off stage, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to remember this guy's name, no matter how unpopular he is, no matter how he doesn't make it big at all. I mean, he's opening up for Heart. So there's this woman next to me, and she's a total MILF, and she's married, and she just starts hitting on me and stuff, and I'm talking about, oh, I'm desperate to see Heart and stuff, and she's saying, "Oh, I've seen Cheap Trick." So then, all of a sudden, Bohemian Rhapsody is getting blurred all over the PA system, and she's singing along to her stuff, and I sing along to it. And then all of a sudden, it's this snare grenade drum bits, the tom-toms, are cooking fire. And everybody on stage is playing the tom-toms, and then Nancy comes on stage style riffing it out. And I can see her in the shadow, she's just standing there waiting for the moment, and she walks on stage, raises her fist, and starts puffing on the flute. And then she riffs into Cook with Fire. And I've only listened to 2 Heart albums in my life, and I don't even know this song. I'm like, this song's pretty good. And so I'm just playing guitar and stuff, and I'm headbanging. And even though this isn't a heavy metal concert and stuff, I'm acting like a metalhead because it's rock and roll. And I'm realizing that Heart has influenced a fuckload of women in rock and heavy metal. And so setlist starts off with some good stuff that I've never heard of, Straight On. And then they say, "Oh, we've got a new album out. It's called Velvet Car." And so it means that there's a new Heart album out in 6 years. I mean, the last time Heart put an album out was 2004, but they'd still been touring stuff, but not smart enough to put a new album out. So when Nancy takes the front stage, and she starts playing on a mandolin, These Dreams, the stage starts spinning around, and all of a sudden I start crying, tears come out of my eyes. And it's been 3 years since I've discovered Heart, and I've been waiting for a moment like this for 3 years. And the interesting thing about that song was she wrote it about a fan of Heart called Sharon, and she was dying of leukemia, and what Sharon wanted to do was give a blue guitar to Nancy. And so that's what she did. Sharon, this woman, I think her name was called Sharon, she gave a handmade blue guitar to Nancy, and then Sharon died of leukemia later in life, so this song, These Dreams, is dedicated to her. And so the rest of the night is pretty good. I mean, they sing alone, but it's a really boring version, just acoustic, no guitar solo, just acoustic guitars and keyboards and stuff. And then they're about to walk off stage, and it's I'm putting my hand over the barrier and stuff. I'm hoping to like shake their hands and like a misses it. So then they go back on stage to the encore. They're playing like a Led Zeppelin song because they're really big fans of Led Zeppelin. I think it was like some middle-aged Led Zeppelin song. I can't really remember. But then the last song of the night was like, "What About Like Love?" And that's what I've been like answering for like the last few years. Like when I'm being single and stuff. Like, what about love? Don't you want someone to care about you? What about love? Don't let it slip away. And then so. At the end of the night, the drama throws the sticks, and Nancy's throwing away her guitar picks, and then so this MILF lady and I, we got our hands over the barrier, and so Anne walks by, she grabs my hands, I shake her hand, and then Nancy comes by, and like I shake hands with Nancy, and this woman, like this hot mature woman, she starts hugging and kissing me. I feel like my package get going, like inside her, I'm like, wow, I can think I'm getting laid and stuff. I'm like, dude, I feel like seeing this guy's like, this guy, they're like, hey, I'll be screwing with your wife in about an hour's time. So I just can't stop shaking. That I've shaken hands with Anne and Nancy Wilson. It's like the time when I met Jeff Taylor. I couldn't stop shaking and I had to see my doctor. And so I leave the venue and the couple, they wish me like a safe trip back to Australia. I go into the taxi to go back to the Hilton Hotel, and it's like, and so my Mexican taxi driver is saying, "So who did you see tonight?" I'm like, "I saw Heart." Well, it was a good show, and I thought, yeah, it was really good. It was the best non-heavy metal concert I've ever been to in my entire life. And he's like, "You like heavy metal, do you?" I'm like, "Yes, I do. I've been a metalhead for 5 years." And so he says to me, "So who else do you like?" Well, for the last few years, I've been listening to Linda Ronstadt. Linda Ronstadt? She's from Arizona, like near the Mexican border. Really? I thought she was Mexican. No, she's got Mexican ancestry. And then I also like Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks? She was born in Phoenix. I never knew that. I thought Stevie Nicks was Californian. And guess who migrated to my country when she was 5? And made it big in your country in the 70s and 80s. Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John? I saw her in Phoenix in 2002. And so I get back to the hotel. The taxi fare is $17, but he gives me a $2 discount for being a good fan. And as I leave the taxi, I sing the famous outrageous song, "You can still rock in America, you can still rock in America, oh yeah, all night." And then so, it's Mother's Day in Australia, and I make a cheap phone call off of Skype, and I just call my mum up to wish her a happy Mother's Day. My mother has been discharged after having a hip operation, and I said to her, "Oh, Mum, I just met Anne and Nancy Wilson, like, for Heart, and I shook hands with them, and now, like, I'm shaking. But I'm here to call you to say Happy Mother's Day." And so my mum was very frightened that her son had called her on Mother's Day, because it was the first Mother's Day I'd been away from my mum in, like, 25 years. So, since I saw Heart, I felt really lucky, because I was like, God, I feel like I'm only one of, like, 5% of Heart fans who live in Australia who've seen them, like, live. Then the following year, Heart came to Australia with Def Leppard, but then I looked at the set list and it was different to what was happening in Phoenix, and I told myself, I've already seen Heart, I've already seen Def Leppard, I don't think I really want to see Heart again, because that concert in Phoenix was very special to me. I mean, even if I see Heart in Pyongyang, or Accra, or Damascus, or Montevideo, set list would be different, but the magic of Phoenix, Arizona on the 8th of May 2010 will never ever be recreated. Heart came to the UK when I was living there briefly to play the Royal Albert Hall, but unfortunately I had to like leave the UK and go overseas for a bit, so I missed out on seeing Heart at the Royal Albert Hall, but that didn't bother me because I'd already seen them. But then since I came back to the UK in December 2016, I have seen a lot of female-fronted bands in rock and metal, and I gotta tell you something, without Anne and Nancy Wilson, those types of ladies like Incitaria, Flower Pot, Doja, Nada Nada, Joan of Arc, they wouldn't be standing up on stage. You'd just be seeing too many bands with like male-fronted members and stuff, or you'd just be seeing females playing the bass, which is something I've only seen in so many bands in Australia. So, Heart was like the #1 non-metal concert I ever went to. Olivia Newton-John couldn't knock that off because her solos were shit. But then, if you ask me, who's my favourite female singer I've seen live? It's Lee Aaron. But that's because Lee Aaron's like metal. I'm Martin Anthony of Metalhead.com. And thanks very much. Keep heavy metal alive.